All right, well, we will call this meeting to order. Thank you all for being here this evening. We do not, since this is a mid-month meeting, we don't have police and fire. They just come at our beginning of the month meeting. But we do have public agenda, and if there's no one on our scheduled items, but is there anyone here that's here to speak tonight on something that's not on the agenda? I think I know. Okay. All right. So we'll forego that. I would like the DAB members to introduce themselves to our audience tonight and let them know what neighborhood you represent. Okay, we'll start with you, Sergio.
My name is Sergio Rivera. I represent El Pueblo neighborhood.
Good evening. My name is Gregory Boyage.
Bill Longnecker, Sunflower.
I'm Denise O'Leary Senior, Indian Hills Riverbend.
And I'm Cindy Claycomb, the city council member.
Ana Lopez, Community Service Representative for District 6.
Joe Weiss, Sherwood Glen.
All right, thank you all. Okay, so we have one zoning case tonight. I think we're ready for you, Kathy.
Okay. I've brought several of these to sit down in the last 2 months or whatever, but this is an accessory structure. The applicants have a house with a detached 2-car garage over at the corner of Flora and 8th Street. Flora is paved, 8th Street is gravel. The detached garage faces 8th Street. The front of the house faces Flora. And so, typical of what we do with these, because it requires a conditional use in single-family residential, the property, the conditions are that the accessory apartment has to remain under the same ownership, and the utilities are attached to the main structure. The accessory structure, they're going to redo the existing detached garage for living space. And the applicants are here in the audience, so if you have any specific questions for them about, what their plans are, let's see. This is just pretty straightforward. They aren't building a new pad or anything like that. It's the existing garage that they're going to redo, and I don't remember if it's going to be a 2-bedroom or a 2-bedroom. I think they have family that they're going to let live there. So if you don't have any specific questions, and you have the site plan on the back of your agenda or your report. Yes?
With respect to the conditional use, what are we being asked to vote? I'm not sure. Is it just that they are able to use that piece of property to allow someone to live in it, or is it something more or less than that?
Yes, by the zoning code allows within SF5 that you can have an accessory, either structure that has an apartment in it or just an accessory structure. The sticking point with the conditional use is that the accessory structure needs to remain on that same zoning lot. So in the future, I can't come by their property and say, oh, well, I want to split the property and sell the accessory structure off. That cannot happen under the conditional use. So that's why we require, or the zoning code requires, that the accessory structure remain on the same utilities as the main residence. Now, they can have their own cable TV or telephone line or whatever, but their water and sewer and electric have to all come off the main meter from the primary residence. And it's just
I'm still not fully understanding. Someone could live in the accessory.
Yes.
And nothing change, or there would not be required a conditional use. If someone was living in there.
Well, you cannot have a structure where someone is living. If they're doing that, unless they've gone through this process, then it's an illegal.
So it is to allow someone, so the conditional use is to allow someone to live in there, but under the understanding or under the regulation that all utilities are hooked to
the primary resident. And most of these are for someone's family has come in, like they're taking care of an elderly parent, or they've got a disabled family member or whatever. And so a lot of these types of accessory structures are used in that fashion.
They're just going about it in a legal way.
Yeah.
A lot of people
Yeah.
don't. That's why you're confused.
Yeah. We do have people that have apartments.
But there's a lot of people that don't do it. I see it all the time.
That's not legal. Yeah.
But an accessory apartment can be a main structure.
Yes, it can be.
But accessory residence means it's got a bathroom, a kitchen, and living.
Right, and a bedroom, yeah. Well, living room, bedroom area.
And as you've stated in condition 4 here, all public utilities have to remain with the main structure.
Right,
All franchise utilities, which you've listed, can go separate.
right.
And the idea with the public utilities remaining on the primary structures, it makes it harder to split those
Right,
properties apart.
yeah, they cannot, because the zoning code requires a minimum amount of square footage to have a single-family residence or a duplex or whatever. And we have a lot of places in our neighborhood in District 6 that have smaller. I ran into one the other day that was like 2,500 square feet that had a little house on it that was built, in the 30s maybe or something. They just split the house and, because they didn't have these regulations. This unified zoning code was adopted in 1996, I think, yeah.
Okay, thank you, that was good.
All right.
Any other questions from the
I was
board?
thinking we read that it's on a water well, is that going to be changed?
Is that a question for us?
What has to happen, Linda, is that they would have to, there's not a water line accessible to that property. So it would be up to the neighbors to sign a petition to get the water line extended. But until that time, they can remain on the water well, and this structure would also be serviced by that water well.
If you're on one, you can stay on it, you just can't go to a new.
Right, yes, if there's available city water lines, then you have to hook into it, but it's just like paving the streets. The city won't come in and pave the streets unless the neighbors request that be done, and then they get an assessment for that work. And so it's the same kind of deal with the water line.
Other questions? Anything from the audience? You guys want to say anything else, or you good?
No, we just want to thank you guys. I'm Francesca, this is Andrew. We essentially want to do this for our niece and nephew. They're struggling in Kansas City, and we want to give them an opportunity to go to school. So our thing is, if we give you a place to stay, you concentrate on school. And so that's our best way of helping them. So we're hoping that this will go through so that we can help them. They actually told us their lease ends in May, so I'm hoping that we can get it done by then so that they can move down and be prepared to start in August. But that's really why we're doing this, is for them.
Very noble.
Thank you. Anybody else? Okay. Any other questions? I would entertain a motion.
Make a motion to approve.
Second. Then moved and seconded to approve the zoning request. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. All right, thank you. All right, issues of concern, anything from the Deb?
All those trees.
I have an issue of
Okay.
concern. Picture 13th and Perry Street, which is just east of McLean and 13th. There's not borders, what do I want to say?
They put those,
They put posts up
right?
to prevent no left turn. Vandals have come around and they're starting to remove the post.
Okay,
And some
Turn that
posts
into
to be
public
replaced.
thank you.
About a week ago, I saw the post, some had been removed and just pulled.
Is that where they're on 13th Street? right by
13th,
Wild
yeah,
Pear?
Perry. So that's an experiment we're running
Uh-huh.
to see, the neighborhood had asked that there be no left turns,
Right.
in that area because there had been some accidents. And so we're running I think it's about a 6-month experiment through there. So we want those delimiters to be there. So
What are they called?
delimiters. So that we can really
Yeah.
see if that pilot works or not. So
It
thank you.
prevents
for
me from
reporting.
turning in so I get my hair cut.
I know, but you can get there.
I just take the things away.
Thank you, Joe. We'll just turn Joel in.
Yeah.
just-
You go to Wild Hair?
All right, we'll look into that. Any other neighborhood issues? Issues of concern? How about neighborhood reports? Anything from neighborhoods? Okay, the only thing I have is I'd like to ask if the DAB would like to have a presentation about the new Northwest Water Facility. So after the new year sometime, should we have them come to the DAB? Okay, all right.
What's the Northwest Water Facility?
The new Northwest Water Facility, so we are replacing the water facility that's in Sim Park with a new facility out at 21st and Hoover. Mhm. You know where the art museum sits? That, so I would call it, I probably might.
Oh, I know, by the animal thing.
Yeah,
Okay.
so the big,
So they're gonna move it?
no, we're
Oh.
going to replace it. So it's not by the wildlife park, it's by the art museum.
Okay.
Just west of there. I'd say it's west, maybe it's further into the park, across from Cowtown.
Okay.
It's that big brick building with really no windows in it.
Oh, it's not a water park, that's
That's a water treatment
that's
facility.
a facility, yeah.
That's our, yeah. So we are building a new, almost $500 million water treatment facility at 21st and Hoover. And so we will have some folks come and talk to us about that then.
So then what's gonna happen with what's there now?
We will mothball it and decide if we will use it as a backup system or how we'll use it over time. So.
You put the mid-century too there.
All right. Anything else?
I have a question. What was the deadline to give the gifts for
The 22nd.
20 seconds? We have plenty of time.
Oh, for Officer
Police officer,
For
yes.
Officer Williams, okay.
And I talked to Officer Williams during lunch hour today, and he said that it would until December 23rd if needed.
Oh, okay, all right.
So
So
not all think for the 22nd, because if we're late, we're still in time.
that's right,
Yes.
that's right, yeah,
So
so.
is that okay if I bring my donation to you here?
Yeah, you can bring him to the neighborhood research center, and then we'll get in touch with Officer Williams, and they can come, or he can send somebody to pick them up, because I think I have a few items as well. If any of you guys would like to donate them, you can always bring them to the neighborhood research center.
Where's that?
Right back here, you know where the rec
where we
center
used to
is.
be.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, our offices.
Okay.
We
Yeah.
haven't been there for a long time.
We have not, we have not.
What
This is
donations are these?
So Officer Williams came and talked to us last meeting about donating toys and hygiene products, right?
For
For-
children and teen, up to teenagers.
Yeah, for the domestic violence shelters.
So
So,
they can have some Christmas
Yeah.
too.
They're serving different, I think it's 3 or 4 different shelters in town.
and so you can drop them off, as Anna said, if you want to do it at the neighborhood center, she'll take care of that. And then, but at Patrol West is where Officer Williams, so the officers will wrap them all and take them out to the
Could we
kids.
drop them over there?
Yeah, Patrol West, you can drop them off at Patrol West.
That's closer to them.
Yeah.
A few of the items that I saw today, they were like diapers, wipes, toys for kids, blankets,
Yeah.
items for the mothers as well.
You mentioned batteries.
Yeah, because they get things that need batteries, so if you just want to donate batteries, you can do that too. It helps them. So anyway, thank you for asking and reminding us of that, Pastor Joe. All right, anything else? We are adjourned. Thank you all for coming out for our 15-minute meeting.